comrades, it's Premier Rever, and I am back again at the most marvelous city of Neuve Revergrad. We are moments away from having a television broadcasting studio unlike no other. Look at the tower that's above that thing. We got all kinds of office space for tons of workers, and I'm not even sure if we can get workers there. So anyway, we'll see how it goes, but I'm not too worried about it. It's almost more decoration, but we'll get workers there. Don't get me wrong, because we have another one over here, and we'll see how it goes. But speaking of getting workers there, I think we could actually get workers to this one from this bus stop. Maybe we could even get them from here. So let's just build a radio station next, and we'll get these three guys just to keep them busy. We're not doing the greatest job of keeping ahead of construction, but I want to get these constructions that we already have settled anyway, right? So we're going to get clothing fired up. If you didn't watch the last episode, we're getting really, really close to getting our clothing going. So yeah, these guys should be done any minute. And so we'll get them assigned to this, get their trucks a-flowing. And like I said, I don't know that anybody's going to actually go to work here until we do our thing, but we will have our first official radio station or television station. Now, what happened? Did all the workers leave? We don't have. Yeah, why are we not working on it? I didn't do anything to stop it. We got workers. Didn't pause the game. Oh, resources need. So we do have another phase. Okay. All right. Well, that'll be done. Just to give you guys a real quick look, we're getting some stuff built into here. So that's about the only thing I did between the episodes is make sure these guys were assigned. So I'm actually going to start construction on this construction office, though we won't have the supplies. So that'll be done pretty quickly, and that should help speed things up a little bit. And then we might even want another construction office for all of this, but we'll see. We're plugging away, and this guy's helping from across the river. So we'll see what happens. And that's really, in some ways, our only construction that's going on. And I would like to start out, since we're kind of already over here, and we don't have any trains, but I would like to buy another. This is where we could. Let's try something a little bit different. The trams that have sparked much controversy. The trams that go on train tracks and never cross the roads. Never go on the road. So let's see. Yeah, we don't think we need tons, but I'd like to get the biggest, fastest. So this is only going 65, 50. So this is kind of the biggest, fastest so far. That goes 150 and 72. So this one's, look, this one seems superior in some ways, though it's cost less money. All right, 72 and 150 versus 125 and 65. I'm not sure always how I don't think there's a particular. Yeah, so we're looking at this one, I think, to get started. And that's relatively cheap. I mean, we could afford to get a few of those going pretty quickly here. Yeah, so. Yeah, let's go with one of these, just because it holds the most and goes the fastest. And what did I do? Close this. Oh, I guess we could do more than one car, can't we? Let's see what happens. Let's purchase two. Tram. Do they do like a double car tram? Because that's a thing, I think. Mostly they're single cars, but I think you're better off with more single cars. Oh, no, they go separate, and I can't. Oh, yeah, no, I could make that. All right, well, we'll just do a single car, two single cars for now, which should. Yeah, we'll just do two single cars for now. You know what? No, we don't need to. Let's just open both of these. And I guess what we'll do, we need to get some passengers coming here. Now, this one not going to have many passengers, so maybe we'll allow workers to here, and then we'll allow workers to this one. All right, so then what we'll do, is I guess we just stop the trams at both of them for now. All right, so let's we'll just give them the same exact route. All right, so you come to here. I don't need to. And then you go to here. Game safe. Alright, and then you come to here. And then, like I said, we're just going to go to this one for now. And, yeah, I think I'm even going to force you to go this way. Yeah, so select that. Right. And then this. Move it forward. Right, and then this guy would have to do the same thing. Right, and then that should get us enough people to go from there and there. So now let's take this guy and say you're going to do 50% there and 50% here. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of ramping up to do. So that should, yeah, well, I really don't want anybody working there or returning or whatever. What is this? Okay, so we're getting workers in here. So, yeah, so let's get them started. See if they can even get in there. But then while they're starting, I think we really need to do some signaling quite quickly. All right, let's start over by where they're going to be starting. So hopefully this isn't too much signaling, really. So we need to signal around this thing. Right. And then, I guess theoretically, this should be a chain signal in here. And then this should be like that. And, right, and then get rid of that one. Move this back here. And then, yeah, I guess I would just do a signal here. Let's get rid of this one. Just see how this goes. Yeah, I'm going to try to keep them spaced out, but once they hit these stops, I don't mind that they keep moving. All right, so maybe we will put... Let's put a signal in the middle. Yeah, we'll see how many trains we get on here. And this guy. Right, we want to signal after here. Now, if we're just going to use these trams, they're really small. Yeah, so I'm going to put 2 signals in here. And then what we'll do is we have these nice long stretches here. Yeah, can I put... Yeah, and then delete. Yeah, I don't know what these nodes do for you, but they can't be doing you any good. All right, did we get rid of all the extra nodes? I think so. All right, so now... So, look, we'll leave this completely open. And then this needs to be... This chain that way, and this would be this and this, right? And then that and that. But you know what? We're going to delete those. And just put these a little closer. Not that it should matter that much, but yeah, this is just an extra little node there. Yep, and then we can delete these 2. Alright, and then this guy, wait, let's just worry about the one that they're on, just make sure we're, yeah, and then this should be a chain. Delete all of those. These. Right, and that's the coming back. So we'll have a big gap in here. Probably, yeah, let's leave that real big gap so that these guys are spaced out, but expect that. So when I talk about these gaps, actually let's not have the gaps once they get people. All right, so we just want to keep them flowing as best we can. So we'll gap them, make sure there's enough space between the trains on their way returning after having dropped people off. Does that make sense? So that as they're coming in, they won't have a signal from here all the way down until they get to here. So, they're going to have to clear quite a big space there. Good. So that's that signaled out. Well, no, we didn't do this back section here. Yeah, let's, we don't have any trains on it yet, but why not just... And see, this is... Yeah, I think I'll put at least a signal in somewhere there. That'll keep them moving a little bit better when we get a lot on there. But we'll have to re-signal a bit at that point. All right, so now did I start both of them? Or did I kind of forget? Then the other thing, we'll have to... There it is. I thought I did. Yeah, so you go to... Probably should have kept them open to make sure they get out there. Well, let's see what happens. All right, so now that they're on the way, the other thing... Oh, what are you? Are you the chemicals? No, you're the crops. Are you full? Yeah, so we've got that. We've got a truck that's filling this guy with corn. So what we need, and then this is going to be where the chemicals go in. So we need one of these trucks to go from here, pick up chemicals, and take them to there. And then, of course, unload them as well. And you know what, for now, I'm just going to have you wait in both places. And you can get started. And then, so that'll be chemicals coming in. And you know what? What are we doing? Why is that guy going to there? He shouldn't be going to there. Oops. Yeah, you know what? You want to go to here. Right, yeah, go to that grain storage and then start filling that up. Yeah, good. Because that also frees up if we ever want to send anybody in there directly. So this is where our fabric's going to come out. So let's see, do we have another? Yep. So we're going to take another one and say, yeah, see, I think we're just going to have one truck, no, road cargo station. And you are going to come over to here. So you're going to take fabric. Up to there. Right? Fabric to there. Fabric. Yeah, I guess you should wait in both places. Right? So if we ever get fabric being made here, it should kick out into this. One way or the other, and then bring it over to here, and then that'll be fabric, which is the only thing we need to make clothes, which should be able to be brought into this one, where this will be the first one we try to get fired up. And then that will come into here and be clothing, and then we'll have to get a clothing train to come pick that up. Now the other thing is getting fabric to this one as well. So let's see, do we want to try that right away? Let's just see how it works out. So this guy's going to be in here waiting. Yeah, well, let's just do this. So we'll take that guy right to the factory, and then he's going to come out to here and with his fabric. And you're going to unload your fabric. Wait. Right, so so when we get another train, that train will take fabric from this stop, and we'll go up to Autograd, and then we will be able to not buy fabric anymore. Okay. No resources, fabric missing. Yeah, so let's see. Do we have the trams? Oh, there goes a tram. Do we have 2 of them in there now? That was the first one. All right, so now that we have the first one of the trams, which hopefully that means we'll be picking up people if everything went well, I want to come to Chemsaw here, and whatever this guy has in him, we're going to send him on his way. All right, so go to your next waypoint there. Oops. Can I not send you to the waypoint? You know, it doesn't matter if he goes to the waypoint. Why don't we go to the next stop? Now can I send you to the waypoint? Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Whatever. Okay, so he's kind of almost full anyway, so let's get him over there so we have that. So we should have, I think we're ready. I think we're ready. And I think we're set up. Like, we're not much expansion to do. But let's see, did we get people? Where is that tram? Yeah, look at that. Filling up with passengers at the first stop. Good. So there should be another guy right behind him. More or less. I don't know where he is. That's all right. As long as that one made it in, the other one should make it in as well. So we'll keep an eye on this. And I'm assuming our chemical guy will make it in fine. But even though it's bad when you assume things in life, right? Now, why are you... Okay, you're going back and forth because you're waiting in there, you're waiting there. You're waiting in here for the chemicals. Good. So it'll take a while for this to ramp up. If nothing else, it'll give a chance for the, we're going to be taking a lot of chemicals out of here. Now, the other thing is, let's come over to here and make sure we're not exporting chemicals anymore. Well, not trade. Yeah, so you get rid of this Molna. Now, I hesitated to do that because chemicals, at one point, I think were keeping us afloat. if it wasn't for that. But this should, not exporting the chemicals will make a big difference. We were exporting quite a few. Can we see it on the... might not be... Yeah, say, of course, but this year, yeah, should be able... 80, I mean, that's not a ton of chemicals, but if you look at it, it was our... Besides alcohol, but it was a big chunk of our money so far this year was those chemicals, which I'm fine with because it was also a big chunk of our money. Oops, not that. If we look here and go to this year, close 15. So see what I mean? So we'd be better off exporting the clothes at that point and not importing 15 million. So it was offsetting the fact that we didn't have clothing manufacturing, but I'd rather, at least at this point, make sure... Yeah, look, there's our tram, causing a bit of a traffic jam behind them. Good. All right, so let's zoom back down to this guy. Let me follow him for a second for a train ride. Okay, he's there to drop off his people. Yep, how long have the people been waiting at that point? I can't see because it's changing too fast. Not long. They're making it to work. So that's the look at all those people go. All right, so this one we're jumping the gun a tiny bit, or I'm jumping the gun a tiny bit with the people. Yeah. So where's our chemical train? So good. That worked. Let's assume the other one will work. Is this our chemical train that quick? No, it's a food train. Yeah. So now, is there any other temporary construction? Yeah, this is a temporary construction, so let's get rid of that. All right, and that'll be a little bit less signaling that we need. You know what? These guys really should be able to be... They should be going in and out the right way at this point. So what I'm going to do is... chain this in. Oops. Chain this in. And single file this one back out. All right, and then we probably... Yeah, see, now this This is sort of a mess, but we can... Yeah, let's see. I don't really want these two interfering with each other. But in order for these construction trains to get in and out, they do kind of need signaling in here. So, yeah, this should be a chain in. Regular back out of here. So really, I think I want to make this a chain this way, right? And then... Yeah, let's let this... Who are you? Oh, you're the corn guy. Okay. Hoping he was the other one. Yeah, let's get this, and that, and then delete them. Oops, we had a train on... See, when you have a train on that section, it won't delete and reset. Oh, it still won't delete and reset. Why won't you delete and reset? Eventually, I'll just give up. Nah, it really wants the node there. And so this should be a chain in. And then this should be a regular out. Now will you let me delete that? No. I don't know why. Alright, so then here, are we signaled right? Is this our chemicals? Yes. Okay, here we go, guys. We have chemicals. Yeah, I think that one's right. I think we already did that one. We'll give up on signaling for a minute, but that should get them around here a little bit better. All right, are we going in? Yep, there's chemicals. Chemical truck. I'm kind of excited. It's been a long time coming to get clothing back, and I think this is a, big monthly expense that will now become self-sufficient once again. We did have chemicals, for those of you who didn't watch. We did have them in the past. Sorry about that. There we go. Look. Okay, you know what? We need to... I want to make that at least the train's worth. Yeah, and that, like, in other words, he carries 82 tons of chemicals. So let's make this... So at least when he comes over here, he has a chance of unloading each time. Because we're never going to put alcohol in here, so there we go. So we have chemicals. Oh, I see smoke. All right. How many people did we get over here? 9. Well, I think we had a lot more than 9. I guess the shift is over. Well, we know that rail car pattern works, right? So we could come here and related vehicles, open up one of these guys, and why don't we go get a couple more of those? I think 4 on this loop would probably be pretty darn good. I'm kind of liking the trams. Again, I don't like the terminology, but that's... And by the way, I'm saying that, and I know you guys say I call them trolleys. When I say tram, I mean trolley. Right? Like, there's no difference in distinction between the English and the British in that sense. But even the people of Europe agree with me that trams go on the street, and these trams don't, so that's why I keep bringing it up, I guess. All right, so which one were we getting? These? Yeah, let's get 2 more, and then while they're in the station, we can just do this and this, and close this guy, start. Yeah, these are incapable of driving on the road. That's my issue with the terminology. Now, maybe in Slovakia, they use the term different, for all I know. So who knows? All right, there we go, buddy. Get on out. All right, good. So we'll have 2 more trams. So that'll be, I think that'll give us pretty consistent coverage. Now, one of the problems with doing all trams is just that, are you better off with a lot of trams where you might get traffic? But that's the reason I have all these complicated rail systems, right? Because, like, yeah, it's complicated because I don't share tracks, but then now, if you look at it, we're sharing tracks up to a certain point, but it's just sort of like 1.5 train loops. Now the problem is, can we get enough trams like through this without causing too much traffic? Like, there's sort of a limit, right? Now, so that's why just so you know, when I built it, I made sure I could double track all of this. So in theory, you know, we could really just have like maybe this stretch where they're getting busy and just try to make sure we have the proper signal to keep them going. So we'll see. We're far from that at this exact second. All right, so do we have more people? Yeah, 84 people making clothing or fabric. And all right, so are you getting the fabric first or? Okay, who's getting the fabric? Okay, so it's going to this guy first, which is kind of probably good. I mean, I guess I would want to prioritize the fabric going to the clothing first. Certainly, since if nothing else, we have people that are coming to here, right? And we don't have any fabric in there. But then eventually what we could do is that some of these, they all don't have to feed the clothing, right? Now I'm hoping eventually like the clothing kind of backs up to a degree, or either that or we'll just have one of the 6 just dedicated to putting fabric into this guy, so we don't share it, in other words. So that would be another part of the idea. But let's see. Yeah, so that means, yeah, this guy needs to get filled up. Now, if we were going to do get another one of these started, let's go see. Okay, we'll leave this guy open so I can come back to him. And if nothing else, just be a little quicker. Yeah, let's go up to here. Yeah, here we go. So let's take a bunch more of these. All right, because where else? Well, I might need them around in general, but we'll just take them all down. Well, maybe not all. We'll take a bunch of them down here. How many wood we need? We need 1 for each factory, or do we need? Yeah, let's. Oops. All right. I came down here the hard way, anyhow. Well, we've already got enough for this, so we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, right? To bring the chemicals, to bring the fabric back out. Yeah, so we'll need at least 4 down here, but then we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 more for the corn. 5. Yeah, so you know what? We're just going to bring them all down here. If we don't need them, that's fine. And we already got 2 here. Oops. Yeah, so we'll just close these each. Use escape. It's nice when you're building your own stuff, huh? Oops, full. Okay, so let's take this guy who's already got crops in him and say, I want you to go from here. Yeah, I guess we'd fire up. Oops, did I do that right? Let's grain storage. No, I don't want to see that. Load. No, we don't want him going to the... No, I did something wrong there. We want him to go to here. Yeah, let's get rid of all of these. All right, so railroad cargo station, load corn, crops, unload. And you can wait at both places. All right, so that should get him out of there, which will let me put this guy in here. All right, and that guy can be closed. Is this guy already? Yeah, he's already heading there, I think. What's this say? Yeah. All right, so what's this guy doing? He's doing nothing. All right, so we'll take, let's just for now, because like I said, for now, we're just going to come to here. So I'll try to remember, but I'll try to send the guys that are just going to come to there to do fabric. So we'll see about maybe just making this one just for fabric. Right, at this moment, we'll just see if we can't cut off the fabric need at the auto grad by having this guy focus just on that. So when we get this one fired up, which we can probably do for now, let's just specify, send all your people to this one. So if we get some more trams going very shortly, we'll do that. So now, yeah, and he should be getting chemicals from here. Yep, good, we got some chemicals. It's going to take a little while. It's going to take a little while. Let's just put it that way. So now did this guy take a load? Yeah, maybe he did. Oh yeah, look, we got a clothing factory going. Do we have clothing? Yes, we do. Not a lot, but we got clothing. Hey, celebrations. We got to buy fireworks. It's a shame. You know, that's what the game needs. Like, you should be able to put on a fireworks display or something along those lines to be able to have festivals, you know, increase people's happiness and celebrate the grandness that is your fine Soviet socialist empire over here, you know? So there we go. That is a chemical pollutant mess looking. We're definitely putting out some chemical. Oh, look, we have like max people here too. So I guess that's good. How many do we need in here? Yeah, we're getting, you know, like, look, we got like max people. That's great. All right, so I don't know how fast we're going to go through these chemicals, and we probably just need to let the whole thing settle down. So what I think we should probably do... Oh, do we have a traffic jam here? Yes, so we do. So you don't have... You know what, I'm going to take... This guy's providing gravel for over here. Oh, yeah, you know what? All right, so this guy... You need a waypoint before you get to here, and you need to go to, like, there. Right, so he needs to go on this track where this guy's not. But this guy, it's simple enough to straighten this out when it happens. But so there you go. All right, so that should stop that, which is sort of, I don't know if it's jamming everything up, but it wasn't helping anything. All right, and is our meat still doing? Yeah, see, we definitely want to consider another meat train, I think. You know what, since I'm already distracted and I kind of half forget what else I was going to do, let's go take a look at this guy. Yeah, he's, what, 3 meat cars and that kind of locomotive. So we'll head over. Let's buy another meat locomotive and then give him the same exact route. Because I think that's a good idea. If I can find... the depot. We really probably need to build another depot too. Maybe we will do that. What are you? You... Did I not start you? Okay, we're doing good with people. We might not even want that 4th one over there. And you know what? While we're here, before we even buy that, let's buy 3 more. Right, and then we're going to buy an electric locomotive, C3, what is it, this guy? No, 63. Yeah, this one. Right, and then we're going to have 3 refrigerated. And then this guy will have that stop. All right, and you can get started. So, and he is exporting at the end of his run down here, so we should see the money even flowing in better. All right, so we'll close this one and this, and let's just open one of these, shrink this. We'll give this one a secondary route, right? The same route, but the secondary, and we'll go to that other train stop. Yeah, are we getting anybody? We're not even trying. We're going to increase the population and try to get more people around here, I think. At least we'll see. We'll see. All right, so you're going to come to here, and then here. And yeah, you know what? We don't want. I don't know. I don't think there's. We got them cut off at the tram stop, but then you're going to come around. Yeah, and I'm not worried about giving you a waypoint like I did the other one. Right, and you're going to drop people off at this train station and say, like, I don't need the waypoint. Because this guy, because he's just going to this train stop, could easily choose to leave and go that way, right? So I'd like to keep those separate. Hope that made sense. So you can start, and then we can zip over here. Give your two partners the same route. And really, they should be able to start as well. Again, because they should be auto-spaced by, like with the buses, you want to try to space them, but here we go. So that should get us people coming to our other fabric. Oh, you know what? And then we need, you know what? Let's go. Are you just not leaving yet? Yeah, I just started you, didn't I? I did now. There's something going on with that, because I'm pretty sure I was clicking start there. So really, I want another electric locomotive. And this time, let's go with something expensive. Yeah, let's get 2 of these. 18 million on our money. We might have to hold off. Right? But then, yeah, that's... I probably should have just bought one, but... All right, we might have to... I might pause it like I said I was going to, and then... So we need cargo wagons, and I need box cars to get clothing. You know what? Yeah, I don't... Is there 34 tons? You know what? Let's do the red ones. Yeah, 2 million a pop. 1, 2... Yeah, it's getting too low. I'm gonna pause the video and just let our money go up. And then I'll come back over here. You know, if anything exciting happens with our getting the clothing, I will let you guys know. But I want to get the fabric and the clothing trains purchased, and I don't want to go down too much lower. If you look, just again, to give you an idea, like our expenses were 10 million or almost 11 million last month. Now we made 24 million, but we don't have enough factor of safety. So I'm just going to let a little bit of time play. I mean, obviously, if I find something really minor going on, we'll do that. But we also, you know, we just spent a lot of money. If you look at vehicles imported last month was 34 million. What about this month? 49 million. So between, you know, we just spent what, basically 90 million or something close to that. Yeah, this month we just started a new month. So yeah, let me let this play time forward, and like I said, I hopefully will get, you know, do a better job of dealing with the meat. Are we purchasing meat? Just before I go. Imports. Yeah, see, look at that. 2 million so far already this month. Yeah, we're still purchasing meat. So we'll see. What does it look like this year? Meat. Yeah, it looks like we're trying to get it lower, right? We're just... So that extra train might make a difference. There we go. Look, 16 million that quick. So that's the other side of this. As soon as you do get a train, look, 24 million. And, oh, that's last month. Oh, this month we haven't... Well, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Like, why? How did it go up? Didn't we just have like 12 million and now we have... Oh, vehicles are separate. I didn't realize vehicles was separate. So I guess that's why we went up from 12, because we exported vehicles. Okay. I never really thought about that being a separate category. There we go. There's something coming in. Little alcohol train. All right, well, let me pause it, and we'll just let that money come up, which shouldn't take too long. And I'll just go around and make sure, like, maybe our constructions are constructing, though. I really kind of preloaded them a lot. And there's really not that much construction going on at this moment. I think we need to spend some time with efficiency and getting our money going and buying new vehicles and doing things like, you know, getting the things we already did construct, you know, ramped up. And people-wise, how are we doing? 10? Yeah, we've got quite a few plus 21-year-olds. What is our population? 45 million. I'm sorry, 45,000. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Let's let this ramp up a bit. That way we don't take too much time in the episode just waiting on that. And if I get a list of other things to talk about, I'll come right back. All right, guys, see you in a minute. Well, we seem to be cutting through the chemicals pretty quickly. So I want to come in here. Okay, we got 19 in this guy. The other guy was almost full. I kind of sent him on his way. There's 2 chemical trains on the map. And I was just sort of looking here, and we really don't necessarily have enough people. So I thought, let's up the number of buses. And then I saw what I think may be a wonderful spot to put a train station. So let's come over, or I'm sorry, a bus stop. Not a train station. Yeah, I think just small one will be fine because it'll fit. And let's spin it around so that it's... Right? Perfect. Can we go a little closer this way? Because I might be able to get... Yeah, so let's get this guy immediately assigned. Building that. I also found a little... Oh, what is he working on? What is... Oh, he found that... Oh, I had him work on this footpath, which I don't... Might make people get there a little bit better. But the other thing I've done is went around and looked for buses. So, and then the other thing I want to do, let's get some footpaths just to make it... Oops, where'd I go? Yeah, we'll get some footpaths from... Can we just go like that? Yeah, that's kind of perfect. You guys can go like that too. And then... Yeah, we might as well do this. That won't hurt these guys. Now these guys could probably use a... Yeah, let's get them a walkie road from here to here. That shouldn't affect them too much, other than they won't be able to get to here. So let's go back to here, commit to these, and then these guys, this guy's on auto find, right? Yeah, so he should find most of that, and we'll just have to assign him to this bus stop. And then once that gets built, we'll be able to... I want to send like 5 more buses. We already have 3 buses coming into here, and these are all coming from this stop, right? So what I'm thinking of is just to like lighten the load, we get somebody to come from here and go... We'll get... There's only 2 buses going to this one, so I think we'll get 3 more buses going to here, and then 2 more buses going to here from this other stop. And that should theoretically balance it out, and also in theory double the number of people. Now, I don't know that we really even have enough people, right? So how many does each one of these need? 50. So 50 people times... Let's see, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So 50 times 8 is 400. So we need 1,200 people in this area, plus enough extra. Let's just say 14 or 1,500. And each one of these... Yeah, so we don't have full people in here yet. Do we have full people? Yeah, you know, it's close enough to full people, isn't it? Yeah, it's close enough to full people. So each one of these holds 179. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that should be well, not quite 1,400 people, but then we also have like this house and this house. So I think we have enough people here if we can effectively get them all up to start making us chemicals. Yeah, and there's our other chemical guy coming back. So yeah, now power, I guess we're doing okay on power. That's going to be a concern if we try to ramp all this stuff up. Now, okay, good. The steel train is waiting here, which means we're not wasting people's effort that are making it up here. Now this train, what is this guy doing? Yeah, he's doing the same route more or less as the other guy, except he comes to this one. And good, he ends at MB distribution. So let's... Oops. Oh, okay, I can't jump if I... Alright, so I wanted to jump down here just so that when he gets done, we're going to export more steel until we get... Oh. Okay, I really kind of messed that up. I knew what I wanted to do, but I just didn't do it well. Alright, this guy... This time we'll just go manually instead of So what we'll do is after this, we'll add him to go just, to take his extra steel over to here. There we go. We got a few more bucks with whatever that train is. Right, and unload anything. Good. Okay, so we'll be exporting any extra steel that isn't getting dropped off at our distributions, which I'm okay with because we're really not doing that much construction other than over by Bricksville. Our trams did make it into here, so see this guy's going to drop off. So this one's still running, but we have some chemicals still, so we'll see. I might be just feeling like we're not going to have enough chemicals. And then we do have, this guy has got a little bit of fabric in him, and this guy's got a little bit of clothing, so we definitely want to ramp that up. Yeah, it's just not a real fast process. Look at the voltage over here. That's not a good sign. Yeah, and part of the problem is, I think, is that we're so far away from, like, we really probably could use some more, like a power thing over here. Now, what are you doing? You're feeding all the way back on yourself, aren't you? Yeah, do we even need signaling in here? Well, if we do, we should at least have it so he doesn't feed back in on himself. Yeah, why are you red? Because this is red. Oh, because this guy is on the same track. Where are you going to? You want to go to here. Yeah, why is this one here red? Oh, do we have like no signaling in between? I thought we put a signal. All right, you know what? I know what we need. Let's try this. Like kind of. Yeah, so where's midway? Because these guys, I think, are coming along. You know what? We'll put up a couple signals, and we'll put another one over here. I don't think that'll mess us up, did it? Nah, it's still a sign. All right, so that should. Yep, that's the problem. Is that it was. This guy couldn't go onto this track because they were constructing all the way down on the other end. Good. So it wasn't a feedback thing. I thought it might have been, but then when I looked at the signaling here, it looked right. There we go. So we're good. All right, so that little issue is taken care of. All right, so I think we have enough money now to finish getting our trains in here, even though it'll cut us down greatly. Yeah, so purchase, and then we were buying, was it these? See, it doesn't really tell you which one. I think we were buying these. It doesn't really matter. Right? You know, that should be pretty good. I mean, that's how much each train is holding. You know, we can always up it in the future if we feel like that we need a bigger train. All right, so one of these will be for fabric, and the other one will be for clothing. So let's just, because it'll probably be easier, do the fabric one first. Now, yeah, do we care? I mean, this is... What is the plan? The plan is that this should probably be one way, right? Or no? No, I guess it really shouldn't be one way. But if we don't make it one way... Yeah, see, they can't switch back over, so the problem's going to be if we have a train waiting here for clothing, if it's not one way, then the other guy can't get by to sit in here and wait for fabric. But they can't get to both tracks either. Does that compute? So I almost need to redo this because I'm not going to really have enough room. Let's see, I want to put a signal if I were to do that, like here. right? We'd have like a one-way signal here, one-way signal there, and then I'd want to be able to get, well, I can do that. I'm just going to purchase that. Oh, I probably should have done electrical. I don't think it costs you anything extra. A little longer, but, and then we would want, you know, like a chain in, just normal chain in this way. Right, out, and this would be the outs this way, and then we need an out just in case a train decides to go by. So this would be two. Yeah, they would only be able to come in here, so they'd be able to go both ways. And then when they come back out over here, this one, yeah, this one would, oops, I didn't really mean to do that. Although we do need signals there, though. So let's do, right, and then we left enough. Yeah, let's see how many trains. I'm thinking we could even do better with like crossing possibilities here. Like in other words, but for now I think we're just going to put the fabric one, we'll force them to this way. So let's put, just for the sake of being able to have two trains sit in there. So the problem's going to be now, see, is if this guy fills up with clothing, right? And then we got him on this track. He won't be able to get onto the other track because this train would be blocking him, but I'm not sure because we'd already have the fabric train sitting in here. So I don't think that this was necessarily the world's best design. I think what it'll force us to do is with our clothing train come into here, fill up with whatever it can, and then fill up here and just keep moving. Right? Like we're not going to really be able to have, we're going to have to be smart about the train routes that we pick. All right, so having said that, let's get on with the task at hand, which will be, I want you to come to here, and then I'm going to put the waypoint in after the fact. And then you're going to come all the way down. Eventually you'll be able to use that route that I just followed. And I need to figure out which one of these is the fabric. Electrical components, fabric, right here. Okay, good. So that would mean this train stop. So then you're going to go, after you go to that one, you're going to go to this one. Right, and let's set these guys up. So, yeah, I want you to load fabric. Wait, and again we'll have to be smart, and then you wait to unload. But then when you get back, what I want you to do, so I don't care what he does on his first trip necessarily. Well, I do, don't I? Yeah, I almost should send him. Yeah, see, like I want him to go to this waypoint. Right? Does that make sense? So it's going to force him over into this track, and then he'll sit right here and wait. And do I care if he goes? Yeah, see if I, well, let's see. Let's start him out. Can I send you? Now that you're started, go to that waypoint. All right, hopefully that works out one way or the other. All right, we'll leave him shrunken. Now this guy, yeah, we're just going to have him come in here and wait for clothing. And then he's going to have a pretty complicated route at that point. Now the good news is he can go either way, like because of this loop around there. But eventually we might consider changing it when this track gets completed up that way. All right, so you're going to go there. You're going to come back this way. And you're going to go to Revergrad here. And unload. Then you're going to go to GW. And then I don't want him to go to MB, even though that kind of would be logical. He can get up here. Yeah, I don't think it makes too much difference whether we go to one or the other first. But then you're going to go to this one and unload. Like, in other words, I don't think it makes any difference if he goes to Autograd or NR first or second. I mean, maybe it does, but I don't think so. And so this is kind of what all the trains are doing. And we may, well, we'll see the timing of it. How fast do we make clothing? And then when you get done Autograd distribution, hopefully you'll head over this way. All right, he can come all the way down there and come back down here and go to MB. And then do your unload thing. And then for now, I'm just going to hold off on having him export. But the reason I want to end up at MB distribution each time is because I want him to go to Molna, but I don't want him to do that right away, right? Now, when he gets done MB distribution, actually, the next stop after that, I want you to go to a waypoint, right? So we get him on the right track. Now that I think about it, right there. And so actually, I want to send you to there first. Now, why did you stop? Okay, because the train was going by. That's a good reason. Good. Okay, so he's... Yeah, so that should be pretty good. So that... Oops. Don't load chemicals. And I do want you to wait there, too. All right, does that make sense? And just so you know, when I talk about these trains and their routing, I'm doing something kind of similar. One other thing that just popped into my head to let you guys know about is this is why we're going to build this over here eventually, so that I have another option for exporting to get rubles. So in other words, when that guy goes around, we could have him go to NB and then go up to Autograd, right? And then come back to here, and this would be another option for being the last stop. Well, not the second to last stop if you count exporting over to here, right? So we'll finish up that, but we got mucho work to do in the meantime as far as getting all this done. But who knows? We're working on building this. Are we doing okay with that? I haven't, kind of forgot to check. Well, we only have one rail crane in there. Why don't we... You know what, these guys... Do we have two in here? Oh, no, they're already building... Where was the one I stole from? Oh, over here? Yeah, you know what, let's... Yeah, these guys only have two things to work on now. And this one doesn't seem to be... I got lucky in a sense. So we are going to send you to here. Yeah, and you can help with these projects here, getting that bridge across. Yeah, I should have had that done a long time ago. All right, so hopefully that guy shows up there and doesn't have any issues. I don't think he will. All right, let's go take a look at our fabric train. Oh, look at that. That was like professional timing there. YouTube extraordinaire. There you go. So how much he is waiting, right? Yeah, he might as well. Do we want him to wait? We want him to wait in the long run, but what do we have in here? Oh, that's clothing. Yeah, fabric. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we just send him on his way, and then next time... Oh, yep, see, that's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to check for. Okay, because we didn't build... I talked a good game. YouTube, not so extraordinaire. Yeah, I would think we should switch them over. Like, this track is now useless, right? Like, yeah, we really... Nobody should be able to come in and go in and out of there. So we'll put this guy up Is there any reason? Yeah, you know, I'm going to cancel that. Let's do it closer. Because if we ever wanted to, we could kind of jam another train in here. I wouldn't normally build it this way, but now that it is built. Right, so there you go. So now he should be able to switch back, but what that does also means is, yeah, I think I want to switch this one around so nobody ever comes in there. And then this should be a chain. And then this should be a chain. Right? And that can be, you really probably don't even need that and that. Right, so there you go. Good, so he's on his way. Lots of little details, which is part of the fun of this game. All right, so there we go. So we're going to take some, you know, not a huge amount, but we're going to get some fabric up to our thing. We'll keep him open just so we can see. So this guy's heading, where is he at? Look, we're already back up to 33 million, so money goes pretty quickly for us here. Then how are we doing on our bus stop now that we're over this neck of the woods? Did we get this road done? Just want to make sure I get this assigned before I forget. Yeah, he's real close. We only got 4 people working there, but it's okay. But yeah, he's got all the walking paths done. So I guess we'll get this ramped up probably in the next episode. I think we're pretty much on the normal hour mark now. I kind of forget exactly how long the first segment was. I should have paid more attention. But I think after we get this, we'll go take one last look around and call it quits for this episode. But you know, we'll have clothing at some point, and that's been a big expense for us. Let's see, last month, yeah, 6 million. So as we've taken care of our meat, yeah, how is our meat look for this year? It's June, so we should, yeah, look at that. So it's definitely down. I'm not sure how well you guys can see, but you know, we're, even though it was up and down before, we were probably doing like 40 million, I would, or 40, what is that? 400,000. Now we're down to like probably 100,000 that we're importing as far as money goes, like in the last couple months. What does last month say? Yeah, 800. So that's a big cutoff. And then so hopefully we'll see something similar with the clothes, right? Where we start knocking out that expense month after month. So are you done the road? No. I was hoping that would take up. Let's take a look at our population. 45, plenty of plus 21-year-olds. So we might even consider moving more of them into Moscow sometime soon. And then we also have Revergrad that we can upgrade. And I want to have some of them. Oops, sorry. I want to have some of them good to go for that. Now, how about escapes? We do have 42 escapes. How about this year? Yeah, 900. So yeah, I think we need to go around and increase efficiencies and get people happier. Yeah, clothing. Not everybody's getting clothing for some reason. That's part of the problem. Not, you know, we're not doing that great on sports. We're not doing that great on culture. So we could probably work on getting those up as well. Okay, well, we'll see. 99.29, and then there's no workers in there. There you go. I think I see a bus. There you go. I just wanted to get that done so I didn't forget, because I did these 2 episodes back to back. I get ahead over the weekend so I can do the live stream, so I'm like days ahead. And if I hadn't done that, there's a good chance that I would forget to do it. So where are you at, buddy? Are you out there? Let's watch him pull in. Yeah, he's going past old Revergrad. Going past the vodka. Yeah, so I think I got, like, there's been a number of traffic jams. And I think, you know, when I was looking around, when I had paused it a few minutes ago, well, it's a little while ago now, I had like there was no traffic jam. So I think we're running pretty smoothly, and I think that's reflecting in our money. Look, we're already up to 50 million, and because that really does make a big difference when you have traffic jams on your in your map. It's train traffic, train clog ups. So there we go. So you should just go in there and sit and wait. How many closed do we have? Just 30, not 30. So I think I'll do the same thing with him. Yep, there you go. So instead of having him sitting there waiting, is there somebody dropping off right this second? Yeah, instead of having him sitting there waiting, I'm just going to send him on his way to his next stop, and then, we'll come back in the beginning of the next episode. How's this guy doing? Did he make it? Where did he make it to? Oh, he's almost up there. So that's good. So we'll get, any minute now we'll have fabric coming into here, and that should, what is our fabric bill? I don't think it's that high. Not really. 16,000. So I don't think we really don't use that much fabric up here. So I expect, now that I think about it, yeah, if that's all the fabric we're using, what'll happen over a period of time is that the trucks that are coming in to get fabric directly will fill this up relatively quickly, right? We probably should even, yeah, you know what? Let's put alcohol on here. You're only going to fill that guy up 50%. And then that way, yeah, you know what, even less. How much does our fabric train hold? Let's do a little more than the fabric train holds, which is 190. Yeah, 189, close enough, right? So this will only hold enough to fill the fabric train so that when he does come back, he pretty much gets in here, fills up, and heads back out if this is already full. And if not, he sits on the one track. Our clothing train can get by. I don't think we're going to have that many trains that we have some kind of traffic issue in here. For the most part, any other trains should just bypass this way, I hope. And if I have to put a... Yeah, you know what? We could probably use a... All right, we'll just put some signaling in here so that, a little more efficient. So even if I have to waypoint to these signals, we'll try to force any other trains not to kind of cut through here because they like to do that kind of dumb stuff, it seems like. So we'll see. All right. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm a few days ahead on the recording. So if I didn't respond to your comments in the videos, that's the reason why. And that's my normal kind of getting ready for the weekend and just kind of getting ahead of things. It sort of works out pretty well. So let me know if you have any suggestions. But I think we're doing pretty well, and we have clothes finally. So I hope everything gets ramped up pretty well. We'll get this bus stop done down here. We'll get those chemicals increased. Yeah, see, we're sitting here waiting. How are we doing? Oh, I almost said goodbye, didn't I? But yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'll let much time go between the episodes or not, but we'll certainly, start planning on maybe another construction, right? Because we've got Moose Gal fired up, we've got clothing going. What else is there to do? That's really the two big time-consuming things. Now I know we need to come back here and, ramp it up some more, but we'll just do that a little bit casually. But I'm thinking, do we build Plasticton and get more chemicals and plastic going? Do we build mechanical components? Do we build cement prefabs? Let me know if you have an opinion. All right, guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a good day. Bye-bye.